Hey guys, it's me, Jeffrey again. So this is probably going to be my last video of 2020, and the reason why I say might is because with this news, there might be something tomorrow, but you don't know who that might be. So yeah, so yeah, with that out of the way, it really. First, I want to say, guys, thank you for this amazing year that you have given me, like, especially for a closing one. It was, right now, we've gained a lot of traction, and I'm really honored that you really do like my channel, and I am just very humbled by that, and I'm hoping that you guys have a fun year also. So, yeah, with that, so, yeah, I just want to say that, like, I'm very humbled for you guys, like, that you guys do actually enjoy my content, and I really didn't have a lot of expectations of like growth or anything like that. I'm just doing me and just seeing what I like and what I think is interesting to you guys. And I just want to say I'm very thankful that you guys do like my channel. So, like, so yeah, with that out of the way, I like so yeah, with that out of the way, I let's get on to the video, shall we? um, so today this video is going to be about, as you guys can tell, is going to be about Ray Fisher's newest tweet, about Ray's newest tweet that he put out 4 hours ago, and why I think it's actually a lot bigger than people are implying, like even Sill kind of did it in a small manner of speaking of that sort. Like, yeah, he is right about the whole Civil War thing going on, but I think this tweet right here really does show he really did prove to me Ray's plan going into this. So first, I'm gonna be reading the tweet that he put out. Walter Amada is the most dangerous kind of enabler. He lies, and WBPR failed September 4th hit piece sought to undermine the very real issues of the Justice League investigation. I will not participate in any production associated with him. A over E. And the link that he put out was the New York Times interview a few days ago, where it was basically what that we saw as a hit piece yesterday, and we trended hashtag restore the Snyderverse and the Zack Snyder's Justice League. And really, I think what a lot of people misinterpret, and really, I think that everyone has caught on to the like Ray basically quitting every DC movie that Walter Amada is a part of. But my thing is that this is actually something that no one is actually paying attention to, is the pattern that Ray has gone on. And that pattern is the up the chain of command. Now, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, like, we do know who, like, ever since this whole thing has started, the first name that was dropped was Joss Whedon. then it was Jeff Johns, then it was John Berg, and then Walter Hamada, and then Toby Emmer. Now, I'm going to imply. Now, follow me on this, because at first I thought that I was actually thinking about this a while ago, but I didn't want to make a video on it because it would make me sound kind of like a madman. but but now with this tweet out, and now with this tweet out, now I have actual evidence and stuff like that that a lot of naysayers don't want to know. So, and you're like, and so yeah, really, I do believe now that Jeff Johns and John Berg are gone. And here's why. Because if you really think about it, Jeff Johns and John Berg have been very quiet as of late. Like, ever since Joss Whedon left, no, I'm not gonna call him Joss Whedon, I'm gonna call him by his real name, Joe. So ever since Joe left, ever since Joe left, if you paid attention to this whole investigation from the public standpoint, Jeff Johns and John Berg have been very quiet ever since Joe left the Nevers and basically hasn't had a job. So so my thing is maybe Jeff Johns and John Berg are gone from the DC standpoint already. Like my theory is maybe they left quietly, like they kind of faded, like they somehow faded out of existence in the DC movie world. And then we go into today where Walter Hamada, where Ray Fisher tweets out about Walter Hamada being the most dangerous enabler of it. And really, I actually I actually said this in a DM about this, where in a chat with Sil and his ink thing, and what he said, and here's what I said, where Retrograde Production actually said, "Ooh, WWW, Walter, why?" And I said, "Easy. He is a part of the business. He is a part of the business circle." And this is my whole theory on it. So, yeah, easy. He is a part of the business circle, and greed and power, and that's exactly what he wants. Jeff and Toby gave him that power, and as the Oracle said in the Matrix, in Matrix Reloaded, what do all men with power want? More power. So with that aspect in there, it's like really, like when people were kind of saying like, "Oh, I trust in Hamada, we trust," and something like that. Like there was like a trend going on with that. Like I'm gonna be real with you. Like I didn't like I said, I wanted to make a video on this before, but I didn't have any evidence because I wasn't part of the movie industry. But I just still had a feeling about it, where because it felt like Jeff Johns and Walter Hamada were kind of close. And then I heard like a few rumors about well, and I heard about a few rumors that Jeff Johns basically brought Walter in to be DC president along with Toby. And I was just being very quiet about it because once again I don't want people to make me sound like a madman and just stuff like that. And then we go into today, where once again, like Jeff Johns, he's faded. Like Jeff Johns and John Berg have faded out of existence for the the DC movies. And how I know this indefinitely now is actually the news that came out after Ray Fisher's tweet, where it was announced that filming for the Flash movie was supposed to start on April. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're saying like a movie where if people are if you're really saying that the filming for the Flash is gonna start in April, literally right after Ray Fisher's tweet, that's when I get suspicious. Like, I've been on full detective mode on this for a while, where people have really kind of died down on it. Like, I was actually waiting for the next tweet or next move to come up, because people were telling me, "Oh, it's over, yeah, 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 it's over. We're going to leave this Ray Fisher thing behind us," and and I was really like, "No, that's not gonna happen. Like, it's not going to happen. Like, as big as this is, like, raise of hands who thought that raise of hands who thought Ray was going to tweet something else, probably who really just like raise a hand if you thought that every really like it's just like really weird how people thought that something this big and grandiose was just gonna die down by the end of the year, even though even though it's about even though we're still waiting for the curing action. I don't know what the actual word is. Remedy. Yeah, the remedial. Yeah, just the curing action the the investigation. And because really, I can tell you right now, I actually was waiting for a tweet to come out. So really, people who are just, to me, are saying like, "Oh, this was a one and done. The investigation's over with," and I know that Andy Signore and Jody's Corner thought that this was going to be over. Like, and I do know that they have burner accounts and this stuff like that on YouTube. They're probably gonna comment, and even Lantern X are probably gonna say, "No, dude, you're wrong." Yada yada yada. But in that case, if you really do think I'm wrong on this, like, really, like I always keep saying, that if you want to, like, if you want to put me on, if you want to have a debate with me, I'll let you have home field advantage, and then we could have this debate. Like everyone thinks I'm joking about that. No, I'm seriously asking. I'm really thinking that we do need to have a actual civil conversation, and that actually does go for you, Jody and Andy, because you guys just keep rambling on and on very loudly in your videos. It's just annoying. So, in that aspect, it's just like, so really in that aspect, like, yeah, the Ray Fisher thing is not done. It's going to go into the year of, it's going to go into next year, and that's when the new era begins, the era not only of the Snyderverse, but really a step into the right direction of Hollywood, to quote, to what I'm calling the new era of Hollywood. You might think that's a kind of like a political statement, but at this point, like, everything kind of has a new era to it, so it's like kind of like that. So yeah, and before I sign off, and guys, don't forget there's actually going to be a trending event starting tomorrow for New Year's Eve, called #Restore the Snyderverse, and and that's going to be very epic. I will be participating, and I just really have a good feeling that it's gonna be very fun. Like, I really do believe it's gonna be something very fun. Like, we might get some surprises, and and also and also about the whole Zack Snyder's Justice a JL book thing. Like, I think, like, this is like a little short thing now for the JL book thing. I think that Zach actually deconfirmed the no sequel crowd real quick, and actually confirmed the Zack Snyder's Justice League title. And what I mean by that is, I kind of if you've been on my channel for a while, you would find a channel, you would have found a video where I said that basically my theory was that that Zach was probably going for the Star Wars route in terms of series. Like, it would be like, Zack Snyder's Justice League episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. But if you actually do, but for those who actually do know Zach's, but if you do actually know other visual mediums that do use that book title, it's actually used a lot in very Japanese art, and in movies, where it's like a sequel. It's like a movie and then a book, and the title of it is book 1. Then it's like book 2. Then the sequel is a book 3. And if you actually do pay attention to if you actually do pay attention to what Zach said, he said that his movie was kind of like his version of the movie was like put into chapters. It would be like like his movie was like chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4. For each 1 hour, it was like a chapter, right? And so then, and there's like the Dragon Prince, and there's like cartoons that are actually called like the Dragon Prince, Book 1 Moon. And for those who don't know, Dragon Prince has gone on for 3 seasons, and it's called the Dragon Prince Book 1. So that's season 1. So Book 1 is season 1. And then there's also Avatar The Last Airbender, which went on for 3 seasons, aka 3 books, where it was like, where each episode is a chapter, where the first season was book 1, Water, chapter 1, The Boy in the Iceberg, which was like a 1-hour episode for people to get used to. And then if we actually do go into this, where if you actually do look up the symbolism of the word book, it says books are symbols of learning and of knowledge, not not only today but universally across different times and cultures. They are especially well suited to education logs, and they are often shown in church logos where they represent the Bible. And that right there, where it says right here, but universally across different times and cultures. So in that sense, it's kind of like how where Zack Snyder's Justice League not only will be like a knowledgeable source for DC fans, but Zack Snyder's Justice League is also kind of like a book of sorts for it's kind of like a visual book for the future generation. It's not just for DC fans, it's also for other people who aren't the hardcore DC fan to actually learn some lessons and really stuff like that. So I think we're actually going to be getting a lot more. Not only am I thinking that we're actually going to get a lot more Zack Snyder's Justice League, but I think that Zack Snyder's arc is going to be very, very unique and something that we're not very ready for. So, and we're actually going to be learning a lot more, which is exactly why it's 4 hours, because a book is generally like really, really long, and that's why I believe that Zach kind of went for this whole book is kind of going for this like visual novel because people who actually play video games have actually heard of the genre a visual novel, like it's a visual novel game where a few examples are the Persona games and also the Danganronpa series, which really are very traditional games, which are very Japanese traditional games. So it's like where Zack Snyder's Justice League, even though it's made in America, it's kind of like a Japanese has a Japanese level of storytelling where it's actually very detailed and you're actually learning a lot of lessons. So yeah, really to sum up this video, guys. Thank you guys for this amazing year. I really do appreciate it. And Ray Fisher is going no holds barred this time. He's going all out. He's going for Toby Emmerich next. And we're gonna get a lot more of Zack Snyder's Justice League in the future. So tell me what you guys think about this last video of 2020. And once again, thank you guys. I'm very humbled that you actually that you guys have paid it, that you guys have been entertained and actually like my channel. I really do appreciate it. And and have have a happy new year, and I'll see you in the next year. Peace.